Welcome and good evening. I am Tenacious Earl, and this is the 2008 Philadelphia Phillies Super Advanced Replay. We are at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, and we will see, obviously, because we're in Cincinnati, the Phillies will be playing the Cincinnati Reds this evening. The Phillies will have Kyle Kendrick on the mound, and the Reds will send Josh Fogg out there. So I wanted to check one thing before I got started here, so bear with me while I do that. I was running a little bit behind. I had set this, I wanted to do it at 7, and it's just a little bit after, so please bear with me as so the reason I'm a little bit late is because this morning I I refreshed this app that I used to so all of the pictures that I had loaded in here, it didn't work. I had to just reload a second ago, and I also had to take pictures of the cards for the Reds here, because we are obviously this is the first time we are. Okay, there we go. Good. This is the first time that we are using the Reds here, so I had to take some pictures and do some cropping and all that stuff. Let's see. Does it have whether or not the walls are tall enough to be home run robbing? Be nice if there was a resource for this on the web, but I don't see one. So let's see. Hi, Mark Russell. Hi, Derek. Hi, Tribe fan. Bear with me as I do a very small amount of research. Wall height. Great. Not gear. American. Okay, here we go. Let's see, what do we got here? Outfield dimensions. Fence height 12, center field 8, right field 8. So center field and right field we could get some robbers this time, but in left field, no such luck. So we are going to run this game out here. Again, I got a bit of a snide remark in the... They should, but they don't. But I did a quick Google search, and that got me right where I needed to go. Yeah, and that's true. Phil's, this actual game, in theory, is playing out right now. Phil, we are going to go, so let's see, what are we going to use for the Reds? I guess we should just use red, eh? Let's just go ahead and do that. Although the Phillies are in red as well, so I guess that's... Alright, so again, so I was on a forum, and someone gave me a real snide remark, so I decided, pooey, I'm just going to go ahead and use the super advanced weather effects roll every time and phooey on them, because basically their response was, strat-o-matic makes those calculations based on how real life was. So if it was 30% good, 30%, yada yada, then that's how. So they set it up that way. So we'll just do it that way and see how it turns out. So Cincinnati, I'm going to close the comments for a minute. Colorado changed their wall heights. The Phillies did as well. So, but back in 08, they were shorter than they are now, I believe. They probably raised them because they were worried that it was too much of a hitter's park, which it still kind of is. So, Cincinnati in April, and this is a night game on grass. Grass doesn't make much of a difference in strat-o-matic, but the night game does. So we're going to go off of here And let's roll it out here. An 8. So it's going to be an average night here at Great American Ballpark. That means that singles are going to be 7 for lefties, 4 for righties. But home runs, it's going to be 16 for both sides. So ball's flying here today, guys. I mean, we already knew that that was a hitter's park, but let's see. We're going to go to Josh Fogg. Phillies with mostly the same lineup here. I got to put my cards up here for the pitchers so that way I get a better look at them. Fogg getting his warm-up tosses. While he does that, I'm going to get a soda and have a drink because I'm thirsty. That is literally ice cold. It's like drinking a Diet Mountain Dew slushie. Okay, so the Phillies they won their last game. This game they also were victorious against the Reds, 8-4. And Kyle Kendrick, he only went 5 in this game in real life, so we'll see if he can go any farther than that. Had to dig up some other cards too. Oh, and let's the Reds are 2-1. I had intended to put the batting averages on the score sheet, but instead my time ran out, so instead I'm just going to have to read them off to you here. Jimmy Rollins going to lead off at short. He is batting .333, 1 double and 1 home run, 2 RBI. Victorino in center, he's also .333 with 4 hits, a home run, and it was a solo home run. Chase Utley at second. Utley is up at .083 average. Ryan Howard at 200. He has yet to homer. Has yet to pick up an RBI either. Pat Burrell, he has 2 home runs and a .222 average. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like this gives me the extended stats, but I guess I could print them out if I wanted to. Just be on a different sheet. Jeff Jenkins, .43 average. Pedro Feliz, 182. He does have a double. Howard also has a double. Carlos Ruiz, he has yet to get a hit. And Kyle Kendrick, this is his first start, so he is 0-0 with a 0.00 ERA. If you want to be that angle. So the Phillies, their roster was relatively consistent in 2008. They did not make too many changes, so I do have some cards extra that I had printed out for the long haul, but we aren't going to have to use them right away. It's going to be a while. I'm going to bring up my comments section here on my Kindle, although I'm going to run out of juice here eventually. So Jimmy Rollins will be leading off against Josh Fogg, the righty. I don't think he has any stats. I can look and see if he has any stats. He was the 4th starter, so I don't believe he's yet to make an appearance. I'll try to keep updates going from Strat PC on league leaders and stuff periodically. Jimmy Rollins, a 1-3, and he grounds out to first base. We will call that a 3-1 on the ground balls first base C. That's Joey Votto, underhands it to Fogg, 1 down. Just as a note, Fogg a -2 and Holding, and Valentina +2. So the Phillies will have a 0 factor on stealing when it comes to the pitcher and catcher. The Kyle Kendrick is a +3 and Ruiz -1. So the Reds, they're going to be encouraged to run a bit there with a +2 factor. So Shane Victorino, 6'5", so he is batting from the left side, and a 6'5", ground ball to shortstop. Keppinger is the shortstop here for the Reds today. 314. 3 and a 15, that'll be a... He's able to get to it, and then the 14 and an 11, that should be an out, and it is. So 2 down. Phillies bats have been a little bit quiet here in the early going. They are at a 2. Wait, no, that's the Reds. The Phillies are... Where did their batting stats go? 215 average. So even at home in a hitter's park, they weren't able to really make much headway in terms of getting hits and such. Chase Utley, 2 outs. 3-6, and he strokes one over the head of Corey Patterson in center. That's going to go all the way to the wall, and Utley's going to come around and stop at second for the double. 2-out hit. Ryan Howard now at the plate with 2 outs. I used to like to call him the howitzer. And we got to roll the D20 here. 2-6. And he draws a walk. It's going to bring up Pat Burrell. First and second with 2 away. And that is a 1-7. 1-7. The infield was not in, so that's a ground ball to short. And we will say 6-3. He'll go to first. Burrell a slow runner, and that will be it for the top of the first. No score. Kyle Kendrick out there. He has yet to pitch a game. So the Reds today, and again, these are as played lineups. So this is exactly what the Reds used on this day in 2008. Leading off is Corey Patterson. He has yet to get a hit in 3 games of action, 11 at-bats, no hits for Patterson. Jeff Keppinger hitting 154, not doing so hot himself. Next, Ken Griffey at 462 average. He has 3 home runs and 5 RBI already this season. Brandon Phillips batting 364. 2 ribbies, double and a triple, both to his account. Adam Dunn hitting 5th. And playing in left, he's hitting an even 300. No homers for him. At third base, Edwin Encarnacion. He does have a homer and 5 RBIs on a 231 average. Joey Votto at first. Votto batting 250. Has yet to drive in a run. Javier Valentin getting the start behind the plate. This is his 3rd game of action. 200 average, and then Josh Fogg has yet to appear. So that should be it for the stats, at least for the rest of the night. So Corey Patterson will be the first up to face Kendrick. Let's see. Hi, Bob. Probability chart is as good as facts. I guess that's what this guy was saying. So, hey. Those are called alternative facts, I believe. 410 against a lefty, and that'll be a ballpark single chance for Corey Patterson. Will he get his first hit? Corey, so for a lefty, single is a 1-7, and it is a 20. He does not get his first hit. That is a line out to Utley for out number 1. Jeff Keppinger. 3-7. That's a ground ball to the pitcher. Kendrick up with it. Lazily throws it to first base. Ken Griffey Jr. having a good start to his season with 2 outs, 5-9. Batting from the left side, of course, and that's a ground ball to first. And that is a B, so we will say that it's an unassisted putout. And Kendrick sits them all down. Top of the second. No score. Jeff Jenkins Phillies did get a couple of runners on last inning, but couldn't cash in because they were all with 2 outs. 1-5. 1-5 against a righty, and that's going to be a double almost certainly. The dreaded 20 would, and it's not a 20, it's a 17, but that's a double for Jenkins. Pedro Feliz, they're going to send him up there to bunt. They're going to play the corners in, maybe expecting it there, so it's a D bunt. And a D10, and it goes in a D10 bad. D10 is a bad. Batter lays down a bad bunt. The lead runner's thrown out by the fielder. Wow. So that does not go so well. And it is the catcher, 2-5, fielder's choice, 1 away, Pedro Feliz. So, Chooch at the plate now, nobody on, or 1 on and 1 out. Man at first. Feliz does not run. So 4-7 against a righty. 4-7 against a righty, oh boy. Maybe the attempt to move along the runner cost us a run there. 1 is a double. It is a single 2-star. So first and third now with 1 out. Brings up Kyle Kendrick. Kyle Kendrick with the number 1 hitting card. So not bloody likely he's going to get on. Fogg's card against righties is not so good. They're going to let Kendrick swing away here and hope that he doesn't get ground to a double play. Oh. And we got to re-roll it because one of the dice went way off, and that was a 1, but we're not worrying about it as a re-roll. So a 5-8 against a righty. A 5-8 is a ground ball to second base. This could be a double play. Brandon Phillips is a 1-E8, so that is bad news. And a 5, they were playing with the infield back looking for 2. So a 1 and a 5 is a ground ball 1, and 12 on the E8 at second base. Non-starter there, that is a 4-6-3. And they get out of that inning. The Phillies run themselves out of potential inning there. Still 0-0. Hi, Craig. So, maybe they should have just had Kendrick up there swinging or holding that bat and taking a strikeout. So Brandon Phillips now, 5-2 against a righty. Ground ball to short. Rollins throws to first. That is the first out of the second inning. Adam Dunn, big power hitter, 6'3", against a lefty. And that's a ballpark home run chance. And this is going to open the scoring almost certainly. 1-16. It is gone. Adam Dunn cranks it out of there, and the Phillies go down 1-0 on his bomb. On the ballpark home run off Kyle Kendrick. Edwin Encarnacion, 1-7. Ground ball short. Rollins with another play there. Joey Votto. That's right, Derek. I don't know if we'll see both of those guys. We may see Volquez. I think Cueto might be. So 4-4 against a lefty. Fly ball to center field. That's going to be Victorino. Should be the final out. Should be able to get that. A 9 is fine. And a 14 is Horteen. I don't know. He is a 14 on a 2 in center field. That is very good for the Phillies, but they do give up the opening run to Adam Dunn. The long bomb. It's a J roll. 5-8. Batting from the left side. We need to bring Fogg's card up here. Left side, 5-8, and just misses a good roll there for Rollins. That is a ground ball to second base. And again, Phillips, not the guy in this infield that you want to hit it to. He's a 1-E8 again. And the 15 is, he's going to get that easily. And a 10, I can guarantee you that's going to be an out. So, one down. Victorino. 5-10 against a lefty. And a strikeout. Another. That 5 column has some goodies, but both of those guys hit the bad columns. So, or the bad rolls there. Chase Utley. He didn't need to roll that D20. 1-10. Ground ball to the pitcher. And the Phillies go down in order for the first time today, but 3-0, or 1-0, excuse me. Going to the bottom of the third. Got the bottom of the order. Javier, Valentine, pitcher Fogg, and back up to the top with Patterson. Valentine 2-6. And Valentine takes a big rip at this one, and he gets a good piece of it. It is long, but it hits the wall and comes back off. He's going to round first. He's going to coast into second base with a double. Josh Fogg, they're going to play the infield corners in. That means he's a debunter. They're going to try bunting over Valentine. And that's a 6. And we need this chart, D6, defense. So that means that we can choose to try to go after Valentine at third base. Let's see. Batter drops down a bunt, and defense has the option of throwing the batter out. Compute the lead runner's safe range as running speed -4. It's Valentine's 9 down to 5, plus the fielder's defensive rating. Ruiz, because it's a 2 on the white die. So 9 minus 4 is 5, and then Ruiz is 2, so that's a 7. 1-7. 1-7, we're going to take that chance. 1-7, we get him at third and knock him out of there. So, I mean, it's above 7, that's that way. So that is a 2. They're going to get him. That's a fielder's choice, a bad bunt. 2-5, they get Valentine. 1-7. So just to clarify again, 9 you subtract 4 for that calculation, but then you add the defensive rating for the catcher, which is a 2. So that makes him a 1-7. It would be safe. Above it, out. He is out, and so the Phillies nullify that sacrifice bunt by Fogg. So now Fogg at first, Corey Patterson up. It's a 1-8. 1-8, and he lines it sharply right at Utley, and Utley gets that. That's the second time he's lined it right at Utley. 2 down. Jeff Keppinger, 0 for 1. And a 6-6 against a righty. And that's going to be trouble for Kendrick. 6-6 against a righty. That is a 1-4 chance is a double. It's a single. But it's 2 stars, and Fogg will go all the way to third base. Moves up there. First and third, 2 outs. And Griffey Jr. at the plate with a chance to rake a couple runs here if he can get a hold of one. Put a little pop in it. Here's Griffey Jr. 2-8. And he walks. That's going to load the bases. He draws a walk off Kendrick. Keppinger moves up to second. And Philly's in trouble here with Brandon Phillips at the plate. This could get ugly real quick here unless Kendrick bears down and gets Phillips out. Can he do it? And that is a 1-8. And a 1-8, and he grounds it. Oh, boy, it looked like he was going to get through the hole, but Felice gets it. He throws to second and gets the short out. Fielder's choice, gets out of the inning. 1-8. Ground ball to third base, B. There you go. So, Phillies escaped that. Looked like they were going to concede a run there. We're going to go to the fourth. with the Reds clinging to a 1-0 lead. Guy I used to call the Howitzer, Ryan Howard. 2-7, and that's a ground ball to second base that Brandon Phillips gets. He's been soaking them up today so far. One out. Pat the Bat Burrell. He started off hot. Can he keep it going? 1-7. Started off the season hot, 1-7, and that's a ground ball to short. This time Keppinger gets in on the act. Throws to first, 2 down. Jeff Jenkins, he doubled to lead off the second inning, but then got thrown out. 2-6, and keeping it in the infield here, grounds it to Votto, and Votto takes it to the bag. 3 up and 3 down, 1-0. Low-scoring affair here so far, with the wind blowing out at the ballpark here. We try zooming it in here a little bit. I feel like we used to be able to see that score sheet a little bit better. So hopefully that helps you guys out here. So we've got Kyle Kendrick back out. This is the bottom of the 4th. Adam Dunn, he started off the scoring with a home run in the second inning, 1-11. And he draws a walk. Good patience there from the lefty. Brings up Edwin Encarnacion with a +2 there. They're going to hold on Dunn, but actually, they will not hold on Dunn. And the Reds they're not going to hold him on. The Reds will have Dunn try to get a lead here. He needs a 3 roll. And it's a 4 roll, so that doesn't get him anywhere. And so he is a 1-8 chance to steal, but he's not going to do that, at least with nobody out. Edwin Encarnacion. And a 1, that means it's a potential pickoff. Oh, wait, no, not a potential pickoff. That means it's a wild pitch chance on the 1. Kyle Kendrick is a 4. 1-4, and he wild pitches and gets done over to second anyway. And there's no wild pitch as a 19 comes up. So now, Encarnacion, we don't need to throw that one again. 5-8 against a righty, and a ground ball to short. They will get 1, 6-4, but fielder's choice as Encarnacion beats out the throw to first. Joey Votto now. Encarnacion could be tempted to steal there or try to get a lead, but no. Votto. They are not holding Encarnacion on. 1-9. 1-9, and there is some trouble. 1-2 triple. 13. That is a double. It's going to give Encarnacion a chance to possibly score here if he wants. Or are they going to hold him up with 1 out? 12 runner. Center field, Victorino with a -3 arm. They're going to put up the stop sign there and give Javier Valentin a chance to try and get him in with a sac fly. So, what do we got here? Best time of year, started baseball in NHL playoffs. That's right. So, here we go. Valentin. Let me just see here. Encarnacion 12. There's 1 out, so no advantage there. -3. 1-9 chance. I just don't think 45% is worth the chance of him getting thrown out. You got 2 chances to get him home. Valentin. Of course, you have fog up after Valentin. They could walk Valentin and try to get the double play in order. They are going to intentionally walk Valentin. Maybe a low odds play there with 1 out. They're going to try to set up the double play. They're going to play the infield back. Look for 2. Fogg is not going to be bunting here. He could bunt, but that's a risky play there with... well, you know what? they are going to try to squeeze him. They're going to try to bunt home that run. C bunter. And a 10. Squeeze and a 10. C10 and the squeeze. It's a 1 and 2, so he fouls it off. We're going to take off the bunt now and swing away. So the 1 and 2 means that it's a foul ball. 1 and 2 safety squeeze. I was going to say we probably could do the safety squeeze. Throws a ball and then batter fouls off 2 pitches. Take off the squeeze. He stays with the bunt. Batter's out on a strikeout. Well, this wasn't a suicide. This was a safety squeeze. So they're taking the bunt off. 2 strikes. And I'm going to swing away here with Fogg at the plate. And that is a 3-8. 3-8, and there you go. Ground ball. They were not playing anybody in. I said everybody was back. And that's an around the horn 5-4-3 double play, and that gets the Phillies out of that jam. +2 for not holding Edwin. Oh, where did that room go? Oh, where could it be? There you are. Let's see what it says in here. Still probably wouldn't have sent him on a 55% chance. But we'll look at it and see, because it's good for everybody to know. Holding the runners on base. Let's see, maybe it's under runner advancement, super advanced. Throws from right field to third base. Increase it by 2. Time the batter can advance. Make any adjustments for outfield location. Throws to third. +1 if not held. -1 if held. So, Encarnacion at 12. -3 +1. So -2. 1 to 10 chance. So that's a 50% chance. So, wasn't Votto at second? Yeah, he was at second. Of course he was at second. I mean, and then I walked Valentine, and so I mean, I'm not sure what the question is, Mike. I guess the question is whether you would send Encarnacion on a 50% chance there. Some might. I think that's pretty sketchy when you've got you got the pitcher coming up. So that's another thing that makes you say to yourself, well, maybe it's worth it. I don't know. Any Reds fans that feel aggrieved, they can run a replay on their own and send every runner if they want. Pedro Feliz. I'm trying to be accurate here, and I feel like with 1 out, I don't know. National League rules are different. Pedro Feliz. 1-9, ground ball to short. Don't worry, with the way the Phillies are hitting, they ain't winning this game anyway. So, Carlos Ruiz. 3-8. And that's a walk. No, I mean, it's okay, Mike. I mean, I'm fine with it being questioned. It's just, I'm not sure if a 5% chance is enough to make me want to throw Encarnacion. I mean, I love to throw him out at the plate. I mean, I guess what I would say is, as a Philly, I'd probably be happy with him trying to take home. Because I have Victorino out there, and I got a 45% chance of getting him, whereas, Fogg might get a bunt down. Valentine, we were going to walk Valentine. So you got Fogg getting a bunt down possibly. Has a fair chance at that. Not great, but fair. And then you got Patterson coming up, who is 0 for 2, but, he hits relatively well. He could get hot. So, so Kendrick, I'm not second-guessing myself too much here. I think that's the right play. So, bunting C, they're going to play the corners in, of course. And it is going to be a C bunt, or a D bunt for Kendrick, and a 10, and that's going to be one of these 1 and 2s, I believe. No, that's not a 1 and 2. That is a bad. So they're going to, let's see, the lead runner is going to be thrown out. So that's fielder's choice, and 4-6. You're going to turn real quick and throw to second base. They don't have it in time to turn to the double play and get out of the inning. But so Kendrick will be at first. Jimmy Rollins. Kendrick, if you look at the roster sheet as a realist, yeah, I mean, if you want to go on emotion, sometimes people would say, "Oh, send in Encarnacion," and I mean that's what third base coaches always have to do, is on emotion, pretty much. It's right in the midst of the game. I was back to this on the roster sheet. You will see a group of pitchers that has different running ratings than what is on here. So the number 1 card, you have a running rating of 1 to 10. Well, Kendrick is a 1 to 13, so that's why he's there. Jimmy Rollins now, they're not holding Kendrick on. And that is a 5-11. Batting from the left side, 5-11, a walk. So here, top of the 5th, 2 down. Runners at first and second. Shane Victorino. Neither runner being held on here. And that is a 1-9. And it's a ground ball to second. Brandon Phillips makes the play to first. Still no runs for the Phillies. 1-0 lead. Reds going to the bottom of the 5th. I mean, I'll tell you, I appreciate if someone, I mean, the correction is definitely better than going through it and not doing something right. So, I do appreciate that, Mike. I just, I wasn't sure if there might have been an inclination to send him. So 4-5 against a lefty, and that's a fly ball to right. And Jeff Jenkins gets that. Jeff Keppinger with 1 out. 1-7, and that's a ground ball that Felice is able to snare. He throws across the diamond to first, and there is the second out. Ken Griffey Jr., the Griff. 6-9 against a lefty, and that is a 2-out walk. Griffey, in his advanced age, not looking to steal here. Brandon Phillips, they won't hold him on. That is a 4-8 against a righty, and another walk. Kendrick starting to give us some free passes, and now he's got to face Adam Dunn, who already took him deep once in this game. First and second, 2 down, bottom of the 5th, and Kendrick is a 5-inning starter, so another walk or a hit, and he will be out of the game probably. 2-8. And at 2-8, a 1-6 double chance. And that is a 13. Boy, just looked like it was going to stay on the 1, but that's a fly ball to center. And so they work around Kendrick's 2 walks. And we're going to go to the top of the 6th. See if these Phillies can actually put together some runs. They won this game with a bunch of runs, 8-4. They need to start working here against Fogg. How many innings did Fogg go? Fogg only went 4 in the original game, so he has gone further here. Utley 4-7 against a lefty 1-12 single. That's a 2 single for Utley. And the lefty second baseman gets on base with a 0 adjustment. They're going to hold him on. He's going to try and get a steal or get a lead. He needs a 5, and he gets a 4. Although, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you can see the 2 here. There is a 2, so that is a potential balk. Fogg has a 0 balk rating, though, so no good lead for Utley. And without the good lead, he's not trying to steal. Ryan Howard, 4-8 against a lefty. Draws a walk. 2 on, nobody out. Fogg is a 5-inning starter, and so the Reds will get Jeremy Affeldt going here, and brings up Pat Burrell. 2 on and nobody out. First and second, Pat Burrell at the plate. 111. A very slight chance for a triple here. Instead, it's probably going to be a fly ball out. It needs a 1. It's a 6. So that is a fly ball to left, and that's the first out. This will probably be it for Fogg this inning. So Jenkins. It's a 3-4 and an 8 against a lefty and another walk, and that's going to be it for Fogg here in the 6th. The Reds, they will go to Affeldt. Fogg goes 5 1/3 innings. And so Jeremy Affeldt, let's do this. And let me see, where did I put Affeldt's card? He'd be down here maybe? Yes. Jeremy Affeldt will face Pedro Feliz with the bases loaded and 1 away. They're going to play the infield at double play depth. Pedro Feliz. And that's a 1-10. Ground ball to pitcher B. That means Feliz, with the bases loaded, let's double check this, but I'm pretty sure ground ball to pitcher B. But hold on. We need to get the ground ball result chart. Also, another thing. Ground ball pitcher ABC, always in pitcher. So the pitcher is in for this. So the ground ball result chart. Ground ball B with the pitcher is playing in. Loaded, B in 7. Batter safe, lead runner is out, other runners advance a base. So he brings it home and is able to get Utley at the plate. 1-2, fielder's choice. So I'll go through that one more time since that's a little bit of a strange, quirky one. I'll even get the book out here. So infield back, infield in. Okay, so here is this rule in super advanced. With a runner on third base, always consider the pitcher to be playing in on a ground ball to pitcher A, B, or C from the batter's or pitcher's card. So that's why we played that infield in, and he goes for the lead runner. And so that's the second out. Still no place to put a batter, and so Ruiz comes up with the bases loaded and 2 away. A little bit of a quirky rule there, but that helps the Reds here. And that is a 3-4. And he pops out to second base. Wait a second. What am I doing? Oh, man. I forgot a felt was a... Oh, goodness gracious. I forgot that a felt was a lefty. That changes everything. All right. It was a 110. That's the pitcher B. A felt is a lefty. Did somebody mention this? Yes, a felt is a lefty. Both pitchers are A bunters. What? All right, so now I've got to look this up. Oh, you're right. Gee, it's right in front of my face. Goodness gracious. Bunting A. Goodness gracious. My game's going to be all messed up, isn't it? Well, okay, well, the first one for Fog was a defense. It was a 6, so even with A or a B, it's a defense. So the question would be on the squeeze play with Fog that went 1 and 2. It was a... Where was that? It went 1 and 2, and we took it off. Now I'm all messed up. And I'm sure that everybody will point out this is the reason why people do not do replays on YouTube. And so what did I do with Fog? Fog was a C. And I said that they... And all these comments are loading up. I'm going to let them load up here for a second, see what you guys are saying. At the very least, you would end up with Fog being a pop-out, and then you get Patterson with a chance to score, which, if you wanted to... Yeah, squeeze by Fog would be different. I mean, what I could do is just shut it off, and I could play this offline, and that would potentially help the situation, maybe. 3-4. I can't even remember where I was. I mean, this is just... Well, you know where I am? I'm at Felice on a 1-4 single on the pop-out short. It's a 7, so it's a pop-out short, and the inning is over. So that's where we're at. No runs for the Phillies. The Reds are still in front, so everybody can keep that in perspective. So, here we go. Edwin Encarnacion will lead off here. We'll give Kendrick another inning here. So a felt is in. Encarnacion, 4-11 against a righty. Fly ball to right field X. That's Jenkins, 311. 3 and a 12 is an F2, and then 6-8. 8 on the 11, and no error. 1 out. Joey Votto, 6-9 against a lefty for Kendrick. 6-9 walks him. Valentine, Votto could potentially run, but no sense in chancing him to that. Potential wild balk or pass. No, not yeah. Balk or pass ball. Balk. Kendrick has a 2 balk rating. 14, so no balk. So we just roll the D6s again. So Valentine, the runner at first, 5-9. Batting from the left side, 5-9. Ground ball to first base. B. 1-6, fielder's choice. They are going to pinch hit for a felt. So let's see. So yeah, Norris Hopper will be the pinch hitter here. Wrong ones. And is that right? We're gonna do that. They're gonna bat with Scott Hatteberg, actually, as much as they did Norris Hopper. I'm going to give the Reds the benefit of the doubt here that they're going to bring up a lefty against Kendrick. The Phillies, their first reliever was Ryan Madsen. They're going to stick with Hatteberg, or with Kendrick against Hatteberg. Runner at first, 2 down. 13 there, so a 5-12 against a lefty, and that's a walk. And so that's going to be it for Kyle Kendrick, as he has reached his point of weakness. 2 walks here, 2 walks here. Kendrick, he goes 5 2/3. Gonna go with Ryan Madsen here. Well, sorry for getting a little upset, but it really stinks when you feel like you've made a complete screw up of your simulation. So, and time is getting short, and so that doesn't. So Madsen here against Corey Patterson.
Yes.
This thing won't turn on to my thing. It's just way off.
Okay, we'll change it. I don't care.
Change it.
This is leaning, so I'm just going to re-roll the D20. It's a 20. So 6-5 against a lefty. 6-5, 1-13 home runs. So here you go. Reds will take the lead. That's a 14. How about that? And it was to center, so they could rob a home run, I guess, because it's the... Oh, no, it's not a fly ball chance. It's a 14, so that's a... the 14-20 is double, so... never fails that Valentine will come home. Fogg's going to go to third. Actually, it's not Fogg. It's Hatteberg. Tell you what. So Hatteberg at 10. Center field is Victorino. That's a -3, 1 to 7. 2 outs means that he gets a head start, so that makes him 1 to 11, right? Or no, 1 to... Go to bed. Why don't you just go to bed?
I don't want to. I want to.
Then change the TV.
I don't want
Where's the remote control? All right. I'm really not in the mood to be playing tonight, I guess. It's not. So Hatteberg 1 to 10, -3 for Victorino. So 1 to 7 plus 2 because he would not have been held on because there was a runner at second. So makes him 1 to 10, 500 chance. We're going to send him with 2 outs, and he scores. So there you go, 3-0. And yeah, Madsen gives up the double to Patterson. Jeff Keppinger, whatever it is. Probably should have. Yeah, so that's okay. They will have to hold Patterson on 4-5 against a righty. Madsen, that is a fly ball to left. Gets out of the inning, but they get 2 insurance runs, which will undoubtedly make Reds fans happy. Hatteberg is not going to stay in the game. Or is he? Who is the first baseman? Votto is a 3. There's no reason to keep Hatteberg in there at all. But he drew an important walk. Felt has to come out, though. He pitched a third of an inning. You got to be kidding me. All right. Guys. All right. I'm finishing this one up offline. I've been so distracted. It's not working tonight. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll do another game tomorrow night. This one's getting played offline. I just realized that I gave the Phillies 2 outs in the last inning. Or I cut their inning short, it looks like. I don't know what exactly I did. This is one of the things playing, super advanced. The pressure is higher. You make mistakes. I made the mistake that both pitchers are bunters that are A, which may or may not have changed results. Learning experience, it's all right. But appreciate you guys watching. I need to get this worked out, and I need to get my son to bed, and it's just getting late, and I don't have time to do this right. I don't have time to do it in a way that's going to make it where I feel comfortable that things are getting done right. I feel like I'm trying to speed through this right now to try and fix things, and it's just not going to get fixed. It's not going to get fixed right, and so I'm just going to do it on my own terms. We'll play the second game of this series another time. Just the way it goes. Nothing that anybody could do different, but just the way it is sometimes. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, we'll do another one some other time. So strat on, guys. And the lesson to be learned here is, once you stop having fun doing something, just take a break from it. I'm going to take a little break here. Not for very long. I mean, I'll finish this up tonight and then just take the rest of the night off. But you let your expectations get up, and then everything just sort of piles on. So we'll do this again another time. probably tomorrow night. But thanks for watching. Strat on, guys, and have fun. Thanks a lot.